Stop that! Anything but that, you beast! Not another burger!
When you reach the point you just can't face another burger, have a Nada Burger at your Wiener Schnitzel. A chili cheese Nada Burger, Polish Nada Burger, Super Nada Burger. We give you lots of tasty ways to escape the burger.
At der Wiener Schnitzel.
It has been so long.
Has.
I'm Master Seth, Master of Ceremonies.
I'm Mistress Dandelion, your Queen of Creep.
And here we are after all this time, back in the Madhouse. Welcome. We're glad to see you all again.
We are.
It's been a crazy year. It was a crazy year last time we saw you. Back then, the pandemic was in full swing. Yes. All the countries were dealing with it, and not just us.
Yes.
There's been massive protests. These are important conversations to have. These are things that we need to be discussing as a nation.
That's right. We've had a lot of civil unrest and a lot of huge fights going on for our people and a lot of craziness.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, things were different last time we saw you when we did Teaserama. By the time that premiered, it felt kind of...
I know.
It felt kind of silly to be watching it with all the crazy shit going on.
Yeah. Yep.
But we gave it a rest for a little while. Also, there were personal things.
That's right.
That's
right.
Mistress Dandelion had some pretty gnarly spinal surgery she's just gotten over, still getting over.
That's right. I have a scar on my neck. A real scar. And I have a number 3 screwed into my throat. That is right. Maybe someday I'll show you fans what it looks like. Because it's pretty fucking cool.
It's a cool looking x-ray.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And there's been all kinds of other shit going on, but we decided we're back.
We are.
We're coming back. It's time.
It is.
As you can see, I let my hair grow out. I've let my beard grow out.
Yes, we're going to have so much devilish fun.
I mean, not my hair so much, but my mustache and my beard and my horns.
Yeah.
So, tonight...
my God, we have a treat for you!
This is a fun one. This is a fun one. Armondo DeOssorio's Demon Witch Child.
Fuck yeah, Demon Witch Child.
1975?
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh my God, we just recently watched this. I had never seen it before, and I am like a born witch. I was a witch child. I was a witch teenager. I've been a fucking witch forever.
Well, we watched it yesterday.
And yeah.
We watched it yesterday. We're like, we gotta do that for the show.
Oh
gotta do it for the show.
Oh my God. So good. I'm so...
So here it is.
So
we'll get into
excited.
that. We'll get into the mailbag. We'll get into all kinds of shit. But right now, let's do it. 1975, Spain. Armondo DeOssorio's Demon Witch Child on Movies from the Madhouse.
surprised me, Father. You're the last person I would imagine to dramatize a petty theft. Of course, the sacrilege is an unpleasant matter for you.
But how do you explain the fact that they left some solid gold candlesticks and took a chalice of much value?
The thief, or thieves, were in too much of a hurry. Or perhaps in the darkness they failed to notice them.
And how about the candle placed to the devil? Obviously a blasphemous challenge.
These things are quite common in cases of breaking and entering. They're almost like the thief's signature. Some just put it down to the nervous tension they're under at the time.
In this case, the important thing is the intention of the person who stole the chalice. The thief may believe in the presence of good and evil. Why not? Error and perversion do exist. We're surrounded by devilish presences.
That's true, but only on a purely human level. I can't imagine a man like you believing in black magic or the cult of the devil.
The child who was kidnapped?
That's going too far, Father. It was probably committed by some poor, demented, motherless woman.
And this? You know what this signifies? Root of mandrake. I tell you, there's something devilish about this.
That's just nonsense.
Excuse me. Would you like to sign these, Mr. Barnes?
Do you mind?
Of course not.
Bring them in. The child will be found. And the chalice is probably in the hands of some unscrupulous antique dealer. We'll catch the thief, don't worry. But please don't alarm the people. Young people nowadays are bored with just sex and drugs. They're liable to turn to any strange rituals, anything eccentric.
It's too easy to make that conclusion.
I've had a report about a gypsy woman who's supposed to be a witch. She sells love potions and stuff like that. She might just be a lead for us. I'll have her brought in for questioning. If she knows anything, I swear to you, I'll wring it out of her.
My intention was to avert a greater evil. I wouldn't like to be responsible for that poor woman, suffering uselessly at the hands of your men.
You do your own job, Father, and let me do mine, will you? You may think me cruel or severe, but thanks to my severity, we have no problems with tramps or vagrants.
Daddy, I'm going to the garden with Anne. Would you give me a kiss, please?
Of course. Here's Father Juan.
How are you?
Don't bother your father, Susan. Excuse me, Mr. Barnes. I told him not to intrude.
Don't worry about it. Go on, Susan. Go out with Anne.
So long.
We'll see you later.
She's a charming little girl.
Yes, she is. I regret that I can't spend more time with her than I do. Since my wife died, I've been so tied up in politics, I've had to leave her in the hands of her governess. You were saying, Father?
Nothing. Perhaps you're right. Maybe it's just my imagination.
Well, you can't complain. The Jack of Gold. These spades I don't like too much. More spades. Now, a great fine gentleman. This is what's waiting for you.
Hey, you two, search the ground. You, come with me. That child's got to be around here somewhere. I've got a search warrant and an order for your arrest from the police commissioner.
What do you want?
We just have a few questions we'd like to ask you, that's all.
Don't touch me! Terrible things will happen to you. My master will protect me. Pigs!
Come on, let's go.
The police commissioner, he'll pay for this. I swear it. I'll put a curse on all of them. A curse on all of them.
For the last time, tell us it was you who kidnapped the whole child. There were several witnesses who saw you loitering near the house. Now, where is that child?
You'll never find out.
Right. I have somebody here that might have something to say about this matter. Tell her to come in. Hmm?
Oh, sorry, Chief. Would you come in, please?
Now this.
I gave you charity, don't you recall?
A few bits of dry bread, that's all.
It was all I could spare at the time. I swear it. They tell me that you know where my son is.
What about your son?
He's my only child, lady. I can't have more children. It could be that you're a mother, too.
Shut up, you stupid bitch.
Please, won't you? If you know where he is, please tell me. He's so small,
Answer, you witch. Don't you have any feelings?
No, please don't shout at her. I know she'll tell me. I'll ask her on my knees if I have to. She'll give me back my son. Lady, tell me, for the love of God.
Don't call me your lady and don't invoke your God.
I know you know where he is. I know it. Give him back to me. I'll give you everything I possess. I'll sell everything I own. I'll give you anything you ask. But please give me back my son.
You'll never see him again. He'll be sacrificed to the great master.
I'll give you everything.
Why
everything.
don't you stop your whining?
But please give me back my son. Please give me back my son.
You're crazy. I believe you're capable of sacrificing that child, but we have ways of making you talk. You can believe that.
Torture? I can stand it. The great master'll give me strength.
There are other ways. I don't think your magic powers would resist an injection of sodium pentothal. You know what that is? It's a truth serum, that's what.
I'll never talk.
Your influential friend won't be able to help you when a chemical product has taken away your willpower.
Hi there.
Hello.
Is your teddy bear better?
He still has a fever, but he'll be better.
Give him some cod liver oil. It'll do him good.
Ugh.
Hello.
Honey. How are you?
Fine. You're late as usual.
Snowed under with work on the paper.
Oh, we never have any time together.
You're right. How about dinner tonight?
I've heard that story before.
I know who you are, Susan. You're a very pretty little girl. Did I scare you?
My daddy says I shouldn't speak to strangers. It'd be best if you go away. He says it's dangerous.
And take away the present I brought for you?
I don't know you.
I've got a beautiful little doll for you. His name is Ascator.
Okay, let me see it.
He wants to be your friend, but it's our secret. I'll give him to you if you promise to hide him and not show him to anyone.
Are you serious?
He's yours. Swear that you won't show him to anyone. Swear to me.
I swear it.
You can only play with him when you're alone in your room. We'll hide him in here. This is Ascator's necklace. Only his friends have one like it. If anyone asks you, tell them you found it. Don't let anyone take it away from you. And don't forget, it's our secret.
Come on now, honey. Nah, you don't really believe that.
I
Or do
know
you?
you're only kidding.
I want to go home.
Did you get tired of painting?
I'm bored.
Where did you get that horrible necklace?
Don't you touch it. You're horrible. You're a pig. You let him do dirty things to you. You're both filthy dogs.
for $1.99 at Sambo's. Now, till May 11th, our dinner special is Sambo's all-beef chop steak, chili and beans, soup or salad, dinner bread, beverage, and dessert. And that's a lot of good dinner for $1.99 at Sambo's.
Something good is always cooking at Sambo's.
All right, we're going with the levitation.
Fucking
Levitation.
Holy fuck.
So, of course, this was made 2 years after The Exorcist, so you're going to feel its influence. This is seen as an Exorcist ripoff. I don't really agree with that assessment.
No way. No.
Its influence, you could see that. I mean, you'll see a couple other little nods, like the levitation.
This is fucking...
You know.
From the get-go. From the moment that creepy old fucking hag woman comes up on and like knocks all the shit down in the church and then it replays for some reason and you think you're like, did I see that?
No, it was just so cool they had to show it twice.
Yeah. I
First scene, wanders into the church and knock all that shit over.
I love this shit. This movie...
It's a fun movie.
This movie has all the things in it.
This was directed by Armondo DeOssorio. Directed a lot of shit, nothing gigantic. He was a Spanish. He was the most popular probably of the Spanish film directors of the early horror film directors of the early 70s. Besides Paul Naschy and Jesus Franco were doing their thing. I don't know if it's Jesus or Jesus.
It's Jesus.
Okay, well, Jesus Franco and Paul Naschy were doing. Paul Naschy did all those werewolf movies. But Armondo DeOssorio was right up there on the top tier because of his Blind Dead movies. The first one was Tombs of the Blind Dead. You remember?
Yes, I love Tombs of the Blind Dead.
The undead Templar knights. They were all skeletal, wearing robes. They rode skeleton horses, and they were blind. See, so you had to be quiet, and even if you were quiet, they could hear your heartbeat. They come and they get you. You know, there were 4 of those movies.
Spectacular.
The fourth one, the copy I had was called Night of the Death Cult, but it was originally called Night of the Seagulls.
Oh.
Strangely enough.
Interesting.
As far as my research leads me.
I haven't seen that one.
The fourth one?
Mm-mm.
That one's interesting. That was actually, I remember that one more than parts 2 or 3. That was the one where there was a boat full of models got stuck out on. They were doing a photo shoot on this boat. And the Templar Knights came.
Somehow I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this one is crazy.
Maybe we can watch that sometime. But yeah.
I'm loving this. I hope you're loving this.
Yeah, this is super fun. This movie's gnarly.
Yeah. And by the way, I mean, as far as like the whole witch thing, being like a real witch, I don't know. I love all the old crazy witch stories, satanic witch, baby eating witch. I don't give a all the fucking witch movies. And I don't feel like, how dare you, that is not what we are. You're giving us all a bad name. I think I was like that for a couple years in my 20s. But yeah, no, I love this shit so much. I love it, and I'm really excited to bring this to you.
No, this was a fun one. I hadn't even heard of this one, so I'm stoked that we found it.
Yeah.
And we're sharing it with you.
Yes.
So let's just get back to it. Enough jibber jabbering.
All right.
Back to Demon and Witch Child on Movies from the Madhouse.
Yes?
Anne, is Susan still up yet?
No, she went to bed, an hour ago.
That's strange. She didn't tell me good night.
That is strange. But you know what children are like, Mr. Barnes. She just wasn't quite herself today.
It doesn't matter. Good night.
Good night, sir.
by the pestilence, by the devouring insects. Satan, hear us. Give us your power. Give us your power. Prince of immortal human sins, give us your power. Give us your power. Susan Barnes, daughter of our hangman, in his name I order you to violate the laws of all nature, to upset the plans of life, to carry out the impossible. Susan Barnes, hatred and perversion await you, Susan. Come, 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 immediately.
I know. Different child. Her expression shows hatred and contempt. I should speak to her father about it.
She's had a moment of disappointment. Maybe we disgust her. Maybe that's why she seems to hate you. But don't you worry. It'll pass. It's just the age she's at. It's quite natural, sure.
Kneel down. Renounce with all your heart and strength your God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, baptism, and all the prayers you have ever made.
I renounce those.
You give completely your body and soul, all your strength and power to the devil, our master.
I do so.
Leave the hand of God and deliver yourself to our Lord and Master, Lucifer.
I do so.
This is the princess of the old ones.
How do we know she's been chosen?
Go on, give us proof.
Mother Gautier. I've come back to adore our master. Lucifer, I acknowledge you as my master, and as my own prince. I promise to obey thee blindly, to make evil, to spread confusion and hate. And if I fail to obey and serve thee, I promise to give my life to thee, to do as you will.
Hey there, Susan. It's time to get up, honey. But where are you? Here's your breakfast. It's a beautiful day outside.
Bullshit!
I don't know what's wrong with her this morning.
Leave us alone, will you?
Yes, of course.
Why are you behaving like this? You know better than to treat Helen like that.
Why don't you go fuck your boyfriend and leave me alone?
We must administer justice with a firm hand. That is the only way for us to maintain the peace and tranquility we have always enjoyed in this county. I'll sign it, and then I'll add something personal.
Excuse me, sir. May I interrupt you?
Of course, Anne. Come on in. You'd better type that up right away.
I must speak to you about something urgent.
Certainly, go ahead.
I'm very worried about Susan. She's a delightful little girl. Or I should say was.
Was?
She's changed suddenly and unexplainably. She seems obsessed with... I don't know quite how to tell you.
Are you referring to sexual matters?
Yes, well, it's perverse, and she uses obscene language. None of her friends could have taught her any of those words. And she's getting very violent.
Cut that out. I'm going to tell my brothers on you, idiots. What's the matter with her?
Good morning, Father. How are you?
Good morning, Anne. And how are you, Susan?
Fine. I see you're reading the news.
Yes, but nothing you should worry about.
I know what goes on.
Susan.
I know these things.
Who told you?
And children overhear everything.
So it seems. Including these atrocities committed by some abnormal person.
If I shouldn't hear about this, why don't we leave?
And please excuse her. These days she's been impossible.
Just a minute.
What's wrong, Susan? What's the matter?
I'll be right back. Is it true that priests can't tell lies?
No, that's not possible.
But priests much less.
That's true.
So if I ask you a question, you'll tell me the truth, won't you?
If it's possible, I certainly will.
It's possible. It certainly is possible. And if you don't answer, it's because you don't want to.
Ask me the question.
Do priests have the same thing as other men?
What are you referring to?
To sex.
Who's been talking to you of these things?
You must answer me. Do they have it or not?
We're the same as other men.
So you've all got girlfriends, haven't you?
But you mustn't speak like that.
You don't want to answer.
These are things you'll learn about, Susan. We have to learn to repress our desires.
You as well?
Yes.
Then you're either a goddamn queer or impotent.
What did you say to Father Juan? Susan, answer me.
That's none of your business.
Juan, just a second. I want to talk to you.
They're waiting for us.
Hey, hurry
We'll
up,
be
you
there.
two.
Just a minute.
Can't we talk about it later?
It has to be right now.
All right, go ahead.
What's wrong? Since we arrived, you're acting strange. Last summer, you were completely different. You wouldn't let me out of your sight.
Esther, we'll always be friends.
Why didn't you answer my letters? Are you angry for some reason?
No, it's not that.
All my friends thought we were engaged. Another woman?
No.
What is it then?
Forgive me, Esther. I haven't been faithful to you.
You're confessing. Another woman.
No. I've tried to keep away from you because during this past year, my ideas have changed.
You have to have a reason.
I want you to know I'm becoming a priest.
You?
I'm entering a seminary.
Are you certain you want to do this?
Yes, Esther.
Meanwhile, the people of our county are afraid to go out into the darkness, afraid of a monster capable of destroying the body of an innocent child. This is our question. Shall we receive an answer? Signed, William Grant. This is a direct attack on the commissioner, young man. Doesn't your girlfriend work for him?
Yeah, but what's that got to do with it? Now the coroner says that the child was sacrificed after the old woman was arrested and died. Isn't that proof enough?
People might think you've got something against Barnes. Is he one of those bosses who chases after his female employees?
Don't publish it if you're afraid of reprisals, but don't mix my girlfriend in this.
Hey, Smith.
Yeah?
One page, 2 columns.
Right away, sir.
With a good photo of the child's body.
Yes, sir.
And make sure we can see the wounds.
Right, sir.
This is the newspaper business, son, with direct precision and dynamite.
No. You've already suffered enough. It's best you don't open it.
I want to see my son for the last time. I want to see him before he's married forever.
She's got a right to open it.
Who could be so diabolical as to eat a child?
We'd better start now.
I am Quick Claude. I do everything fast.
Marathon John, you can't eat a marathon candy bar fast. Quick Claude, it lasts a good long time. I show you. Milk chocolate, delicious caramel, and chewy. Told you, nobody eats a marathon bar quick. Claude.
Marathon lasts a good long time.
So now they're killing babies.
They're killing babies
They're
for
killing babies.
Satan.
Killing babies for Satan. Great master. I love this little girl, old witch hybrid.
Oh my God, she's such a mean little bitch.
She's really mean. She's really mean. She's like, oh man.
Oh my God.
That's fun just to watch her talking shit to people.
I
She's
know.
a terrible little thing.
Oh, she's awful.
She is.
She brings the breakfast. She's like, fuck your breakfast. Bullshit. Like,
But I really like that, you know, the old crony witch jumped into the little girl, and instead of turning into the witch, the little girl turns into this truly disturbing image hybrid of the two.
so creepy.
I mean, you know, it seems kind of hokey when you watch it in motion, but if you go online and look up the film posters for this, or just see a still frame of that little girl in that makeup, it's unsettling.
She's unsettling.
It's
She's
unsettling.
really creepy. She's a...
I looked her up. She was in, I don't remember her name now. She was in like 3 things. I also looked up the actress who played the old witch, and I could find no information on her that wasn't in Spanish.
What was her name? Tato.
Tato,
We'll have to find out by next time.
Yeah, we will.
Tato.
We will.
Yeah.
She's fun. She's great fun to
Oh
watch.
my God,
Super fun to watch.
she's so fucking mean. She is like so believably just horrible.
And there's that whole coven too.
Oh, I know.
All those old ladies and
Wow.
the gypsy girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's fun. I was watching that gypsy girl drinking the blood.
Yeah.
And wondering, why doesn't anyone who drinks blood, why is not one of them able to keep it in their mouth?
Oh, it's just
everyone who drinks blood, it's got to be dripping down their goddamn face all the time.
Maybe it's because it's just so fun to let dribble out of your mouth. It's just like
maybe. And maybe when you get older, you lose your sense of fun, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
as soon as I thought that, then she passed the cup on to the older women in the coven, and they had no problem at all. They
kept it in their
their
mouth.
faces were clean.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't look like fucking slob.
Boring.
All right. Is it time to get back to it? Was there anything else we needed to say?
Well, I brought you something.
Oh, you did. What is it? What did the witches bring me? What did Mr. Stand-Alive bring me? Oh boy, what is it?
Something in my car.
Babies!
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 Babies for Satan!
Babies for Satan!
Babies for Satan!
Oh, babies! Babies and baby pieces.
Baby pieces.
Baby giblets. Baby tidbits. Oh.
Because isn't that what we witches do?
It is.
We kill babies.
You give the babies to Satan. To the great master.
Great master Satan. Satan's got such a bad. I feel bad for the Satan.
Well, I hate to eat in front of anybody, so we're gonna get back to the movie, and we'll when we come back, hopefully I won't have exploded from a full belly
of babies.
Of babies.
You're not the mistress of this house.
Why did you leave the windows open? With all this rain, some toads have come in from the garden. The room's full of them. You see that? They'll all get broken because of your carelessness.
What the devil's going on? Susan! Open the door. Susan! Susan! Susan, did you hear what I said? What could have happened to her to bring about this transformation? First her obscene language, then this howling and these unconceivable fits.
I can understand you being alarmed, but there are treatments for these abnormalities.
Would you mind telling me something, Doctor? What are your conclusions after talking to her?
Well, it's very disconcerting, Mr. Barnes. But your daughter has an incredibly superior IQ.
Susan? She always seemed to me like an ordinary child, even not very good in her studies.
She spoke to me in several languages, including ancient Greek and also in Latin. And in another language completely unknown to me, but which might well have been Sanskrit.
What are you saying, Doctor? You're talking about Susan. Why, she hasn't even been able to learn a little French.
And that's not all. In what you might say a mocking, impertinent manner, she questioned me about theologies, higher mathematics, and also about vanished cultures. I believe your daughter thought me a contemptible, ignorant fool, judging by her laughter.
But that's impossible, Doctor. She couldn't have possibly become
Come at once,
mentally
Doctor, the little girl.
50 milligrams of Thorazine quickly.
I don't want this filthy bitch to stick her needles into me.
It's a tranquilizer, Susan. Don't alarm your father.
You mean I shouldn't frighten you? You damn fool that knows nothing? Your science is a bunch of bullshit. Do you want me to tell you what you did this morning? You sent flowers to a Mrs. Blayton, the widow that you're trying to convince to invest in a clinic for you.
Nurse, get it over with.
Get the hell out of here, you bitch. You don't stick needles into me. Don't you do it.
Hey, Ann, look what I found here.
What are you doing with the furniture? Have you gone crazy?
I didn't do it. They were moving alone, Ann.
What have you got there? I've never seen this.
Doctor, tell me why I was invited to this meeting. You don't believe in the supernatural.
But I do believe in the power of superstition and the trauma sometimes brought on by a fanatic education. In Susan's syndrome, there's a possible religious basis. That's evident.
You won't admit, then, that other persons or individuals are speaking through Susan.
Diabolical possession? That belief belongs to the Dark Ages, the ages of complete fear, especially fear. Nowadays, science can find an explanation for anything.
Almost everything, Doctor. The power of evil is real. It emanates from Satan. But to manifest itself, it needs persons and symbols.
In religious literature, in the literature of all ages, the name of Satan corresponds to the vices, to evil, to hatred, all completely human peculiarities. Today, when it has been scientifically proved that an electron passes at the same time through two holes placed at each side of the same plane, everything can be accepted as natural.
And how would you explain Susan's case in a natural, normal manner?
Epilepsy, drugs, schizophrenia, hypnosis can produce a muscular effect impossible to repeat in a state of wakefulness.
And her knowledge of several languages, her advanced cultural level, impossible in a child of her age.
We know that genes have memory. The use of languages and knowledge in general is inherited from our forefathers, remaining hidden and appear by means of an adequate mental stimulus. It's like the impression we sometimes have of having already been in a certain place before. It may be an inherited memory, emerging like a dream after eons of time.
Are you referring to the anima mundi of the Platonic philosophers?
Something similar. It's what Yeats explains as racial memory.
You're talking about my daughter, not about the subject of an experiment. I want to know if she's abnormal or if...
It's much too early to diagnose. We have discarded the possibilities of a pathological cerebral state caused by a tumor, for example. I want a neurologist to perform an electroencephalogram.
Won't you allow me to consult an expert first, Mr. Barnes?
On Satanism? Or perhaps maybe an exorcist? Will you please sit down? Come now, Father. There's plenty of light on the subject. Darkness no longer frightens us. You know that all that was merely a fear of the unknown, fear of nature, simple sickness and simple death. Your bewitched people of 2 centuries ago would have been cured with a good chemical tranquilizer.
Don't be too sure. Can your tranquilizers return the life to that poor child who was killed?
This was precisely the emotional catalyst which produced in the child a psychopathological crisis.
I want you to do something, will you? Medicines or exorcisms, it's unimportant to me if she's insane or if she's made a pact with the devil. I don't need either magical or logical explanations. We have to put an end to this horror.
I insist on a thorough examination by a neurologist.
Meanwhile, what about the child?
She can go home to her toys, live in her ambience. Her condition may be uncomfortable, but by no means dangerous.
What are you doing here, Ed?
This morning we found this hidden inside a teddy bear of Susan's.
I think it represents the devil. It might be a warning or some kind of curse, maybe. It's a very strange kind of toy.
A lot of strange things are going on in that house.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could you direct me to the house of the 3 sisters?
That one. That one on the corner.
Thank you.
Hey, you're not going over there, are you?
Yes, it seems they need me urgently. But why do you ask?
It hasn't got a very good reputation.
If they need me, I go.
Do whatever you like. I've warned you.
Thank you all the same. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Father Juan. You called me.
Yes, come in, please. I didn't know she was Catholic. She never told me. But she insisted I call you. She's an awful good girl. First she married bad, and then she gets a divorce. Then she starts mating with whoever comes down the highway. You must know how those things are.
I do. Is the girl badly ill?
I suppose so. Last night she drank a whole bottle of gin, and since, she don't eat anything. You have to believe me, she's never done this before. Would you like to pass through?
Thank you. I've been told that you needed me.
You didn't expect to see me, did you now? Especially here. I hesitated about calling you. It hurt me to do it, I assure you. But I had to see you. And you to see me like this.
What do you want of me?
I want you to contemplate what you've done. And yet you can't forget that I'm the same young woman that you once loved. You remember this? It was a present from you when we first met. I was young then, and fresh, and filled with illusions. You know what I am now? A cheap whore, that's what. A whore who'll sell herself for a couple of bucks. Take a good look at me. Lift your eyes and look. Have the courage to look what you made out of me.
You can't blame me for it. You have chosen your own path.
Did I have an option? You abandoned me without any thought of what could happen to me.
It was my vocation, Esther.
What about me? Have you ever thought that you broke up my life? No. You're safe and sound. Your church protects you. Until now. Because in the future, you'll have my life of vice on your conscience. And when I lay some delicious pig, I'll think that I'm laying the blame on your shoulders, Buster. And that'll be my revenge. That's what.
I'd like to make your sins mine, but it's you who has to repent. There's still time. Time to change. Change your way of life.
And you forgive me?
Yes, Esther.
I'll leave the priesthood and let's go away together. I'll do whatever you want me to do. No other woman can love you like I do.
That's not the kind of love I feel for you.
Don't abandon me again, whatever you do.
You'll never understand me, Esther.
Yes. Of course I understand. You're nothing but a selfish hypocrite, that's what. You destroyed me. And you haven't got the slightest compassion seeing me in this condition.
Esther, I want...
Please go. I told you to get out, didn't I?
Thanks for coming here, Mr. Grant. We'll overlook your yellow journalism. All that matters to me is my daughter.
I understand completely.
Where did you get the idea that Susan's illness might be a kind of revenge?
It seems like a reply to the severity with which you administer justice. You had that old woman arrested. All these mysterious phenomena began after her death.
Witchcraft? Do you believe in it?
Of course I don't believe in it. But somebody might have given Susan some kind of drug.
I'm afraid it's not only my daughter's health, but also her life that might be in danger.
Don't exaggerate. Grant lets his imagination run wild.
I want to ask you if we might forget our differences. Let's make a kind of truce. Don't publish anything which might harm my daughter.
All right, I won't, sir. But only for Susan.
Thank you. Besides medical treatment, what else do you think we might do?
Intensify the police investigation. Somebody's got access to Susan. You should have your house watched and your telephone tapped.
Telephone as well?
Yes. Someone's influencing her by means of messages.
You could be right. I'd better have the house watched. That is, if I get authorization from the commissioner.
Do it now.
Consider it done.
What's that pig doing down there? Why is he watching me?
Your father's worried about you, Susan.
The only thing that matters to him is his political career and other things you know all about.
Don't talk like that about him. Your father's a fine man.
I suppose you should know all about that, since you're sleeping with him.
Susan!
Don't pretend. I heard you both talking in his office. Don't you get enough with your newspaper reporter? Bunch of pigs.
I'm not taking you to the park today. What are you doing with that rubbish around your neck? I told you to throw it away.
I'm getting tired of you.
Susan, let me go.
Good evening, miss.
Oh, good evening. How are you?
I'll be here all night.
Hello?
I'd like to speak with Bill Grant.
Who's calling, please?
Tell him it's Ann Crawford.
Just a moment. I'll call him to the phone. Bill! Hey, Bill! It's your love.
Hi, honey.
Sorry to bother you. I have to see you right away, darling. It's very important.
Right now? But, Ann, I'm snowed under with work.
Forget the newspaper for once in your life. I'm in danger. I can't come to your office. We shouldn't be seen together. If you really love me, go to the park within the next half hour. I'll be waiting for you next to the statue. Don't forget I love you so.
Ann? Ann?
For 50 years, the name Chrysler has stood for an automobile of very special accomplishment and luxury. Accomplishment that today is reflected in the 1975 Chrysler New Yorker Brougham. Luxury, symbolized by the proud bearing of the 1975 Imperial LeBaron. An automobile that sets its own distinctive standards of elegance, comfort, and convenience. And now, that tradition of excellence graces a new Chrysler. Cordoba. Cordoba is an automobile of beauty and harmony. Smaller, but so very luxurious, and yet so very affordable. The Chryslers, now excellence in 3 sizes.
So she's imitating voices.
Oh, yeah.
That is very Exorcist.
Yeah.
It is.
This is so different, though.
It is. It's way different.
I mean, satanic witches, like, possession.
Yeah, there's a coven in it. There was no coven in The Exorcist.
No. And this particular haggy.
There was a parent who gave a shit in The Exorcist. There's no parent who gives a shit in this.
No, you're right. No. He's too busy with politics.
He's too busy with politics. Leaves her with the government.
That's
Governess.
right, that governess. That governess she thinks is a big whore.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck
Oh,
you.
she thinks everybody's a whore or pig.
You're fucking my dad. She's hilarious. I'm
She's pretty
sorry.
fucking funny. She's pretty funny.
She like is straight up. She is straight up. She's like, fuck you and the horses you all rode in on.
Speaking of fucking.
Oh, speaking of.
We are doing a new segment tonight where we go into the mailbag. Now here's the thing. Mail is not really so much of a thing anymore.
No.
All the old shows used to have like mail call, mailbag shit, you know, but mail is not really so much of a thing anymore.
It's different.
So instead we're going to go to comments on our YouTube videos.
Yes, comments.
Alright. Let's see. These are just some of the latest ones.
Okay.
Trevor wrote this about zombie flesh eaters. Classic was one of the first gore films I'd seen. The music is as iconic as the gore. Lucio, you were a genius.
Yes.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Trevor.
For watching our show.
Awesome.
All right. I'm not giving full YouTube names. I don't know if it's legal to do that
I
or
don't
not.
think so either.
I'm just giving pieces.
So just heads up.
Dive says about our Day of the Triffids episode. Good movie. Good quality. Okay, I got you ready for this. Because we have a new rule.
Oh yeah, soon.
Lousy fucking host that fucking assume fucking swearing almost non-fucking stop is fucking cool. You want to be top-notch enjoyable hosts? Then learn a lesson from the ghoul, Ron Swede. Pluck your magic, Twanger Froggy.
What? We love the ghoul. We love
We
the
do
ghoul.
love the ghoul. We love the ghoul.
We do. We do. We are fans.
And we have taken your advice to heart. And we've set up a swear jar. And we'll buy you something nice when we fill it up.
Maybe
Okay?
we'll fucking care to buy a cake or something.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's for later in the episode. What else do people have to say? Sam says about Day of the Trip. It's not seen that since the 70s.
Such a fun movie.
I've tried, but all the other uploads are shite, no clear picture, but this was most definitely the dog's bollocks. A film you could try and upload and give us your take on is the original Village of the Damned, 1960, based on the book The Midwich Cuckoos, which was written by John Wyndham, who of course wrote the book The Day of the Triffids, which is of course this film is based on.
That's right.
We knew that,
Wonderful.
and we would love to do Village of the Damned,
God,
but
love it.
I believe it's copyright protected. I don't believe that we can only do public domain movies. We've been burned on that a couple of times.
Until someone picks us up, and maybe then, perhaps.
They could pay for rights for us
That's
to do a
right.
basket case.
Oh my God.
So, all right, we'll get to more of the mailbox another time, but I think it's about time to get back to the movie. Don't
Okay.
you?
Yes.
I think
do.
it is.
I love all your comments, and I
even love
want
that guy
your-
who says we fucking swear too much.
Yeah, we
God
fucking swear too much.
Damn it, I love it. So, all right, but we gotta get back to the movie.
All right, we'll see you
All right,
guys soon.
back to Demon Witch Child on movies from the fucking Madhouse.
Oh, I know.
Pardon me, Father. I didn't want to interrupt you. I went to your house and they told me you were still at the church. I'd like to speak to you.
Sit down. Well, would you like to start?
You all have a reputation.
We? To whom are you referring?
Catholic priests, I've read that you all have the facilities for exercising.
First, it's necessary to be possessed by a demon.
I think Susan Barnes is in this case. I firmly believe it.
What reasons do you have to make such an accusation?
I've seen furniture moving around on its own, and I've experienced terrible cold in a well-heated room, and I've smelled repulsive odors. And above all, I've listened to somebody obscene and evil. And I've also seen malignant eyes in the back of the child's eyes. Yes, Father, I believe she's possessed.
Those who are not believers accept such a fact. And I have many doubts. Our church only accepts possession in truly confirmed cases.
What proof do you need, Father?
Science must first exhaust all its resources, prove there's not hysteria, schizophrenia, or even pretense. In other words, arrive at the certain conclusion that the phenomena go past natural limits.
I'm not hysterical, and I have absolutely no interest in pretending. I tell you, I'm certain I've witnessed supernatural phenomena. You have to do something, Father.
We must first exhaust everything, Anne. I'm referring to the official sciences, and then obtain a special permission from my superiors. But I must warn you that not all priests are capable of being exorcists. One needs experience in exorcism and complete authority.
You've come, my love.
That's Ann's voice. Oh, my God. How's that possible that you could...
Don't ask me questions. The important thing is we're alone together and we're going to love each other.
I'm gonna go.
Kiss me, my love.
You'll love me, whether you want to or not. You'll be mine. I knew you'd finally give in.
Kiss me, my love.
I said kiss me!
Pig? You kiss Anne.
You're well hung. Oh, what good are they to you now?
I would say that this crime looks like the work of a sex maniac, Father.
Similar to the death of the child and the desecration of the church when they stole the chalice.
If they're related, we'd better start thinking in terms of a dangerous madman, or in something more calculated.
No, that old gypsy allowed herself to die. She wasn't a victim of a madman. I think that this is a clear case of Satanism.
Don't try to evade the truth with fantasies, Father Juan. This young man had accused the authorities of inefficiency. He was brave and determined, and that's the reason he died. The killer is inventive and has added a macabre detail to distract our attention. William Grant died for calling things by their proper name. My newspaper will be used to denounce the authorities daily if they continue their policy of inaction.
The police does what it can. The very lack of logic makes the matter more difficult, because if they...
Somebody's being covered for, Mr. Barnes. Not a single arrest. I'll uncover it. Don't you worry.
Hello? I'd like to speak with Bill Grant. Who's calling, please? Tell him it's Ann Crawford. Just a moment. I'll call him to the phone. Bill! Hey, Bill! It's your love.
Was that the conversation? Do you recognize the voices?
Exactly. I didn't know we were being recorded.
Here's a transcription of the conversation. Check it over, please.
It's accurate.
Would you please sign it? Thank you very much. We're through for today. But we'll need you as a witness at the trial.
I'm at your disposal. I'll do whatever is necessary.
Thank you once again. Bring in the other woman.
Will you come in, miss?
Sit down, won't you?
Hi, honey.
Sorry to bother you. I have to see you right away, darling. It's very important.
Right now? But, Ann, I'm snowed under with work.
Forget the newspaper for once in your life. I'm in danger. I can't come to your office. We shouldn't be seen together. If you really love me, go to the park within the next half hour. I'll be waiting for you next to the statue. Don't forget I love you so.
Ann?
Do you recognize your voice?
I don't know. I don't understand this. I didn't speak to William. I said none of those things.
That attitude will get you nowhere. Anyone would swear that that's your voice. Listen, Miss Crawford, you're better off to accept it than sign a statement. You phoned your fiancé, or don't you recognize his voice?
Yes, it's his voice, all right. And the woman's voice is perhaps similar to mine. I don't know what my own voice sounds like. But I'm telling you, I didn't call William last night.
You think someone impersonated your voice?
It's possible. How can I prove it, though?
You've said that you were in a Catholic church at the time, and yet you're not of the Catholic faith. Can you explain that?
I wanted to speak to Father Juan.
At that time of night?
It was an urgent matter.
Would you tell me about it?
It was about Susan. She's the daughter of the police commissioner.
What could be so wrong with the child that you'd want to visit a priest at that time of night?
I think she's bewitched.
What? Well, let's leave that for the moment. You were with the priest for 15 minutes. Now, what did you do afterwards?
I already told you. I stopped in the garden
For what?
to think about things. It's all so confusing.
Yes, so I see. When you entered the garden later, was the policeman still there?
No, I only saw the policeman when I left.
What's here is clear enough. I think it's your voice, and the experts we consult will think so too. Now let's get this over with once and for all. You phoned your fiancé, yes or no?
I didn't call him. I didn't see William last night. I swear it.
I have a gift for you.
Susan, what are you doing here? Oh, what's this you brought me?
You like it very much. I know you like it.
My little girl.
Who let this little girl in here?
She's the daughter of Commissioner Barnes.
I don't care if she's the daughter of the Secretary of the Treasury. That imbecile at the door just let her walk right in here. Come on, little girl, come with me.
I'll be going. I got a lot of things to do. So long.
Goodbye, my dear. Be a good girl. Don't give your father any trouble while I'm out of the house, huh?
Wait a minute. What did you say your name was?
Susan, how many times do I have to tell you?
Let's say we play a little game called What Do You Think?
I don't have time for things like that.
I'll ask you questions, and you give me quick answers. Would you like that?
You want to interrogate me, eh?
Well, yes, something like that. Shall we play?
You'd better not waste my time. What do you want to know?
That dark stain there, on your pocket. What is it?
Oh, the stain. Can't you see it's blood?
I am Police Chief Morrison, the stupidest man in the whole damn county. Hey, that's my voice. What? What's wrong?
When you eat Hungry Jack biscuits, you get
Big taste in biscuits.
you get big flaky biscuits every time. Hungry Jack biscuits are those big tasting biscuits, and it's big taste you will always find.
Hungry Jack biscuits are what big taste is all about.
Hungry Jack biscuits are those
Big tasting biscuits.
eat up Hungry Jack biscuits. They're the
Big tasting biscuits.
Holy shit.
She cut that guy's dick and balls off.
Oh my god, she did.
And she gave him away as a gift.
Oh my god, she gave them away in a little box, like a little present.
Immediately after she gave him away as a gift, within the same building, she told a police officer. Well, she mimicked a police
She
officer.
did.
She
She
just took
used
his voice.
just like she had mimicked.
And he said,
that
"What the
lady.
hell?" And what'd she do then? She fucking left. She just wandered off.
She
skipped
skipped
away.
away.
Skipped away. And this movie is a fucking great.
It's so fucking great.
I really dig it.
I am still just thrilled. It's so.
As much as I
It's
like
so
it,
fucking good.
as much as I like it though, I'm starting to feel really, really fucking sick in my stomach.
Oh no.
I think too many babies.
Too many babies for Satan.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I think
Okay,
I'm gonna be sick.
I got this. I got
Okay,
this. It's okay.
okay,
It's okay.
okay,
I got this.
okay,
I will
okay.
talk some real talk to the peoples. To the peoples.
Okay.
Yes. I know that we've been watching some crazy ass demon witch child movie. And as I said, I love this shit. I love all the crazy witch movies. I love Satanic Panic. I love all the crazy Satan witches. And it's great. But I'm going to have some real talk while Satan, Lucifer's, I think, in the bathroom dealing with too many babies. Okay? You ready for this? Okay, here we go. I have these two books that I would love to share a little bit about with you. And these are for the real witches and feminists, satanic feminists, right? So this first book is Becoming Dangerous. That's right. Becoming Dangerous. Witchy femmes, queer conjurers, and magical rebels. Forward by Kristen J. Soleil, author of the next book I'm going to show off. But anyway, Becoming Dangerous is a whole bunch of, I think it's like 21 essays. And this is awesome. Let's see what they have to say about it. Powerfully intimate and angry, yet hopeful. These narratives will appeal to magical practitioners looking for new examples of how others have dealt with oppression. That's Publishers Weekly. This is a book about magic, where it comes from, and how queer women and femmes women of color, and trans women have used it since the dawn of humanity to survive in a world that would just as soon have them enslaved or dead. That's from Misha Magdalene, Pathos. I am loving this so far. I haven't read the whole thing. I'm just reading through it a little bit. And the next one is Witches, Sluts, Feminists. I love this book. I love the Stan book. Conjuring the Sex Positive by Kristen J. Soleil. I love this book. I can't say enough good things about it. It just really, it's one of my favorites. Witch, slut, feminist. These contested identities are informing millennial women as they counter a torturous history of misogyny with empowerment. This innovative primer highlights sexual liberation as it traces the lineage of witch feminism, juxtaposing scholarly research on the demonization of women and female sexuality that has continued since the witch hunts of the early modern era, with pop occulture analysis and interviews with activists, artists, scholars, and practitioners of witchcraft. This book greatly enriches our current conversations about reproductive rights, sexual pleasure, queer identity, pornography, sex work, and more. I fucking love this. And you can find these books probably pretty much anywhere, but where I found them was asyouLikeItShop.com. AsyouLikeItShop.com, and these two fabulous books for the real witches and satanic feminists out there. That's that. Hope you enjoyed that.
Don't drink anymore, Mr. Barnes. It won't help matters. You've got to keep your mind alert. We're facing an enemy that's powerful and cruel.
You still believe all of this is the work of the devil?
Now more than ever.
Susan could never have done such a monstrous thing of her own will.
It's absurd. She's been kidnapped. I'm sure of it. Where can she be? What are the police doing?
They'll find her. Don't torment yourself. Give your men time.
Meanwhile, what's happening to her?
Pardon, sir. A servant gave me this ring to deliver to Father Juan. It was given to her by a young woman who died this morning.
Do you remember this?
By the ring of Solomon, Mother Gautier, I invoke thee to come and to help me tonight. Mother Gautier, present yourself. Present yourself. Mother Gautier.
My name is Susan.
No, you are the princess of the old ones.
I'm the daughter of Police Commissioner Barnes.
You are Mother Gautier.
I will be when it's necessary. Why have you called me?
A sacrifice must be made. The sisters want a meeting.
They'll have it.
We need a child who has not yet been baptized.
That's not your job. You simply call the sisters to a meeting.
When for?
For tonight at midnight, within an hour.
I shall do as you order.
Well, hello, Susan, but I thought you were...
Where's my aunt?
Who is it?
It's me, Susan.
Susan, at this time of night? Are you all right?
Fine, I never felt better. Why?
Everybody's looking for you. Your father's very upset.
How's my little cousin?
Fine, but tell me, what happened to you?
Has he been baptized yet?
No, he hasn't been baptized yet. No. What a fright you gave us. Why did you run away?
May I see him?
Of course. Of course you can see him. Go on into the nursery. But don't make any noise. I don't want him to wake up. I wish your Uncle John was here. He would know what to do. He would have been with your father, but you know he never misses a reunion with his old students, and he's a 3-hour drive away.
Call Daddy. He's worried about me.
Yes, of course. I guess I should call right away.
What are you wasting so much time for?
I'll call right now. I'm so confused. So many horrible things are happening. Yes, she's here now. Don't be long. Susan, don't play tricks now. Oh, my God, he's gone. Susan! 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 Hurry up, please. I must speak to Commissioner Barnes. Please, hurry up.
You shouldn't come along. You've been through enough today.
He's right. You get some rest.
I must see Susan. Don't you understand? I can't stay here.
It's very likely that Susan knows nothing about it.
If it had upset you to stay here alone, you'd better come. Hey, you men, don't follow us. You take the southern route.
And hatred.
You're all under arrest.
Susan!
Susan, stop! Susan, in the name of God.
Susan!
You're going to die, you perverted bastard! Take that away! Fight on your own, you coward! Don't hide behind that! Show your face!
Body retro Satan! Go back to the hell you deserve!
You can't forget that I'm the one you once loved. I was young and fresh. I had illusion.
No. You're not Esther. You don't deceive me.
When I died, I came to ask refuge here. Don't throw me out. You always hurt your Esther. Leave me alone. Go. You were my only love. You know that. I beg you, for all the awful things you did to me. Go away and leave me alone.
No, you're not Esther. You're the spirit of Satan. You're simply trying to confuse me. Vade retro, Satan. Vade retro!
She's left now. I'm free. She'll let me die in peace.
Did you know that it's dollar days at Gaylord's and you can get 2 quarts of motor oil, 6 light bulbs, or 4 rolls of foil for just $1? Did you know that laundry baskets, waste baskets, and storage chests are just $1? Did you know that garden tools, garden hoses, and patio tables are 2 for $3? And did you know that Gaylord's Sunday newspaper supplement is filled with hundreds of other great values? Well, now you know, and...
The more you know, the more you go to Gaylord's.
I think I'm giving up on the swear jar.
Yeah, I think we're fucking done.
We're going broke here, man. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Oh,
God,
rock.
I don't feel so good. And I don't think it was the movie, because that movie was really fucking cool.
That movie was great.
Devil Witch Child is great.
Demon Witch Child.
Demon Witch Child.
So good.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not.
Well, Master.
I got a lot to think about.
I know. You've had a stomach ache.
I'm fucking sick.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I've fed you
sick.
so many babies.
You fed me a rotten one.
So many.
You might have fed me a rotten one.
A rotten egg in the bunch. Oh no.
Oh, it hurts.
So sorry.
Oh, it hurts in my stomach and my backside. Oh, oh no! Oh no!
Oh, honey. Honey. Oh, we'll love you.
What are we gonna name it?
Brush him off. Oh, he's so cute. Aw, the little sweet butt baby. I hope you enjoyed our movie.
Me too. This was a fun time.
It was lots of fun. I love this. I like this COVID growth you've got going on here. This
COVID growth is a good name for a metal instrumental. It's 8 minutes long.
Oh, I had so much fun with you.
I did too. Demon Witch Child's a bitch and pill.
Demon
I hope to
Witch
do some more
Child.
episodes. I don't know when this is gonna hit you. I don't know if this is gonna hit you before Halloween. I don't know if it's gonna hit you after Halloween. I gotta figure it out. And this year, the way this works, I don't have any idea what's
Just
gonna be
never
going
know.
on next time we see you. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're not all rounded up by some military personnel and taken off somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, good night.
Good night.
From Movies from the Madhouse.